Hi, Mrs. Grogan here. Just some information about your English GCSE for Year 10 and Year 11. Okay, so in Year 10, we do start our course and it is split into English language and English literature. Okay, for your English language, it is based on 2 papers. Each one is 1 hour and 45 minutes each. Okay, within those papers, you get to study a wide range of fiction and non-fiction texts. Okay, with an opportunity to broaden your awareness of different pieces of literature through these. Okay, different extracts in terms of creative writing. And for paper 2, you will explore a wide range of viewpoint writing. And by the end of it, you will be able to create really sophisticated pieces of viewpoint writing yourself. Okay. For your English literature exam, okay, again, it is 2 papers and they are split in half, in which you will be studying A Christmas Carol, first of all, Romeo and Juliet, an Inspector Calls, and a wide range of power and conflict poetry. Okay. The reason we do that is to trying to encourage you to gain a love of learning, a love of literature, okay, to build up your cultural awareness of the world around you, okay, and for us to appreciate works that people have done that are very creative, very inspiring, okay, and hopefully this will pass on to yourselves so that you can explore the world of literature and be inspired by it, basically, okay.
Hi, I'm Mr. Cottrell. I'm going to talk about why maths is so important at GCSE. Maths is a compulsory subject at GCSE. The reason for this is because many of the abilities learned in maths are the basis of lots of other subjects and areas of life. Maths helps build up these essential skills that we all use on a daily basis. Skills such as problem solving, analysing data, communication and logical thinking. Some simple math skills used every day in the form of shopping, baking, chain planning and even driving. Nearly all courses and apprenticeships available after school will require a good understanding of maths. Some careers which require a lot of maths include finance and banking, sciences like architecture, engineering, business, computing and medicine. But obviously lots more, as nearly every job will require to use maths in some way, shape or form. And students will be assessed at maths with 3 90-minute exams at the end of year 11. The first exam is non-calculator, and calculators are allowed to do up to 2. Each paper is worth the same amount of marks. Our students will either sit the foundation or the higher paper. The foundation paper covers grades 1 to 5, whereas the higher paper is a bit more demanding and covers grades 3 to 9. We monitor our students throughout years 10 and 11 to help them decide which paper is best for them. Whether our students are following the foundation or the higher, we will still be working through the main 5 sections of maths, just into different depths. The 5 areas are number, algebra, ratio and proportion, geometry measures, and statistics and probability. The maths scheme is updated nationwide by the government, from exams starting from 2017 onwards, and now there is a greater emphasis on problem solving and mathematical reasoning. We try to embed these skills in our lessons across the course, allowing students to apply techniques in different situations. We practice exam-style questions frequently to allow students to get familiar with them, sometimes combining multiple math skills in the same question. Once students reach year 11, we have an after-school and Saturday revision to focus on recall of key topics we identify in lessons, giving students the best possible chance of achieving success in our subject.
Hello, Year 9. I'm speaking to you about your science options. Everybody in the school will be doing what is called trilogy science. Everybody has to do that. It's called trilogy science because it's got bits of all 3 of the sciences in there. So there's chemistry, physics and biology in there. And at the end of that course, you end up with 2 GCSEs in combined science. Now, there is an option on your options form to choose to do separate science. If you choose to do separate science, you'll be doing the trilogy science lessons with the rest of the year group. but you will also have extra science lessons on your timetable to cover topics in separate science that aren't on the trilogy specification. If you choose separate science, you end up with 3 GCSEs, GCSE biology, GCSE chemistry, and GCSE physics. So you end up with the 3 separate sciences. Now, separate science is quite demanding, it's quite tricky. You do need to be good at science, and you need to be quite good at maths as well, because there is more maths on the separate science than there is on the trilogy science. If you are interested in doing separate science and you want to find out more information, or if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask, feel free to email me, abraithwaite@delsal.co.uk, or you can contact reception and leave a message for me. I'm happy to get in touch with you and answer any queries that you may have.
Okay, so welcome to Geography. Hope you're well. It's going to be a brief introduction to GCSE Geography. Before I do that, I just want to touch on Year 9 Geography, and just to highlight the fact that the curriculum's been designed in Year 9 to support your son's learning in Year 10. Okay, so the topics that we've covered so far in Year 9, we focused on the natural world, rainforests, we've looked at plate tectonics, we've looked at developments in Africa as well. After half term, we move on to climate change and rivers, and all those topics will support your son's learning in Year 10. So if he's got good knowledge, he's got good confidence, and he's got the motivation, then GCSE is a good option for him in Year 10 and 11. Okay? I'm just going to pause it there. I'm just going to direct you to the whiteboard so I can just break down the actual qualification of GCSE Geography. Okay, so if you look at the screen now, you should be able to see the GCSE Geography and how it's broken down into units. So unit number 1 is the physical environment, and that's where we look at the natural world, natural hazards. We look at rivers, coastlines, the UK. Unit 2 is human geography, human interactions. Again, we look at populations. We focus on urban areas of Rio. We also look at the urban areas of Liverpool. Okay. And we look at Unit 3 as well, which is the geographical skills and issues topic, which allows us to do field trips, get out into the countryside, into the city, okay, and that can support our learning as well. All 3 units are assessed by examination. So this is 100% exam-based assessment. So again, when you factor in your decisions, you need to understand that revision and revising and practicing exam answers will form part of your work and study. Okay, I'd like to draw your attention to the video link at the bottom. It goes into all those topics in a bit more detail. Okay, and it will give you an understanding of Geography GCSE. Hopefully the video link and this brief introduction has gave you a bit more of an insight into GCSE Geography. I look forward to answering any questions and going into a bit more detail at the options evening in March.
Hi there, just to introduce myself, my name is Mr. Evans and I am Director of Humanities at DLSA, but my specialism is history. So I'm very quickly going to talk you through the GCSE course at DLSA. We do the EdExcel exam board and we split the 4 modules, 2 in Year 10 and 2 in Year 11. So first of all, in Year 10, we concentrate on paper 2, which is the Cold War from 1945 to 1991 and the collapse of the Soviet Union. And the second part of the paper is Anglo-Saxon and Norman England. So the whole of the year spent concentrating on that exam paper. When you get into Year 11, you then move on to start with paper 1, which is Crime and Punishment, circa 1000 to modern day, where we look at enforcing the law, crime and punishment throughout the era, how it changed over time. And then finally, paper 3, which is Weimar and Nazi Germany. And that will lead us through to the exam itself, And when you come to sit the exam, which will be in the June, you will do 3 papers, and the 4 modules will be split across it in separate papers. So paper 1, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Paper 2, 1 hour, 45 minutes, because there are 2 modules. And then paper 3, which is 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Hola a todos. Just a little information about the GCSE Spanish course. Studying a modern foreign language promotes tolerance and understanding of other cultures. It also develops so many other skills, including memory, confidence, and communication skills. At DLSA, all boys have had the opportunity to study Spanish from Year 7 through to Year 9, and the majority will continue to study it at Key Stage 4 as part of the English Baccalaureate qualification. Here at DLSA, we follow the AQA specification, which develops pupils' listening, reading, speaking, writing, and translation skills. There are 4 exams at the end of Year 11, and each exam counts as 25% of the final grade. The first exam is speaking, the second is reading and translation, the third is listening, and the fourth is writing and translation. All exams are based on the 3 key themes studied throughout Key Stage 4, and also build on pupils' prior knowledge and understanding from Key Stage 3. The first theme is identity and culture. This includes topics such as describing self and family, talking about family relationships, sports, hobbies, free time and the media, as well as food and eating out. The second theme is local, national, international and global areas of interest. This includes the topics of holidays, travel and tourism, talking about where I live, as well as the environment. The third theme is current and future studies and employment. This includes talking about my life at school, education post-16, as well as future hopes, dreams and ambitions.
Hi everyone, just a little information regarding the RE GCSE course. First and foremost, we are a compulsory course due to the fact we are a Catholic school, meaning students in Year 9 have already begun their GCSE RE journey. There are 3 papers for students to complete during their time at GCSE, the first being Catholic Christianity. There are 4 units in this paper, meaning it is the longest paper at 1 hour and 50 minutes and worth the most marks. Unit 1 is all about beliefs and teachings. Unit 2 is about practices. Unit 3 is source of wisdom and authority. And Unit 4 is all about forms of expression. They will also go on to do another paper, which is Catholic, Christian, philosophy and ethics, along with family and relationships. And then they will finish by doing their second religion, which is Judaism. There'll also be time for revision in regards to exam questions and anything they need to do before their exam as well.
If you choose to study art and design at GCSE level, you'll be taught the skills needed to produce, enjoy, and engage with the visual arts. Your course will consist of 2 components. You have component 1, which is your coursework, and this takes up 60% of your grade. You then have component 2, which is your exam, and this takes up 40%. The exam is a 10-hour period of sustained focus, where you will create a response to the exam paper issued by Edexcel. Throughout both projects, you'll be exploring the assessment objectives. You have assessment objective 1, which is when you investigate and research the work of artists and designers. Assessment objective 2, when you get to explore and experiment with different media and processes. Assessment objective 3, when you get to record your ideas through written annotation and visual annotation. And then you have assessment objective 4, when you get to create a meaningful response in the form of a final piece.
I'm going to talk about the GCSE Design Technology course that is available for you to study in school. I'm not going to address the wider question, why should I study design technology? I will address this question in the forthcoming options talk. In looking at the GCSE course, I'm going to start by addressing the big question. It is the question that you will want to know the answer to. It is this. If I choose design technology, will I be making things in the barn every lesson? Well, the answer to that question is no. Why not? Well, the answer is it's all down to the assessment structure of every GCSE course. And this is regardless of what exam board is chosen. The assessment structure is always the same. So which examination board do we use? The answer to that question is AQA. And if you want to investigate the course further, you can look on AQA's website. The specification code is 8552. So how is every GCSE in design technology assessed? Well, 50% of your marks come from paper 1, which is a 2-hour examination. The remaining 50% come from a non-exam assessment, which we generally refer to as the NEA. Paper 1 is assessed at the end of year 11. So what is assessed? Well, core technical principles, specialist technical principles, and designing and making principles are assessed. In addition to this, 15% of the exam will assess your ability in maths, and at least 10% of the exam will assess your ability in science. The core technical principles allow us to study 6 different subjects. They are papers and boards, timber, metal, polymers or plastics, textiles, and electrical and mechanical components. The specialist technical principles consist of further study in one area, and at school we will study timber in a lot more detail. Designing and making principles are also assessed. So with 50% of your grade coming from a theory exam, you will need to be well prepared for it. Theory lessons will cover all the information that you need. Using theory sheets, I will try and minimise the amount of writing that you need to do. Your efforts will be focused on the construct meaning and apply to demonstrate aspects of learning. Here is an example of the worksheets for the theory lesson on gear chains. The non-exam assessment, representing 50% of your final grade, is actually the fun part of the course. In this, you will design and make a product or a prototype based on a design brief which is given to us by the exam board. You'll take about 30 to 35 hours completing it, and you will produce a design portfolio which will photograph and document the entire process of designing and making your chosen product. So the next question is, can I make anything I want? And the answer to that question is no. However, as long as your prototype matches the contextual challenge, the answer is yes. So let's say, for example, you wanted to make a table for your bedroom in year 11. With the nature and the environment context, your table will match the contextual challenge if it is made using recycled materials or it is inspired by nature. In 95% of cases, we can match your chosen prototype to a contextual challenge. As you are completed the non-exam assessment in year 11, what practical work will you complete in year 10? You will complete a practical project every half term. Although subject to change, the current year 10 projects are a wooden box utilising complicated joints, a slot together toy, and a stereo project MP3 amplifier, including the circuit board. Hopefully that gives you a good overview of the GCSE Design Technology course offered in school. By all means, go to the AQA website and investigate it more. I obviously hope that you would opt for the course.
Drama is not just about acting, set design, costume and makeup. It develops confidence and communication skills. It can be useful in a wide range of occupational areas, such as hospitality, broadcast media, marketing, sales, advertising, tourism and sports. If you choose drama as a GCSE, you will study 3 different areas. Understanding drama explores how drama and theatre are developed and performed. Devising drama involves a response to a stimulus material. You will devise a performance, then analyse and evaluate it. Finally, Text in practice, which is about the theatrical skills in a live performance. You will study and present a key extract from a set text. The assessment consists of 40% written examination and understanding drama, 40% practical performance and coursework relating to devising drama, and finally 20% practical for text in practice. If you want to develop your confidence and communication skills, drama is the option for you.
Hello, welcome to Hospitality and Catering as an option for Year 10 and Year 11. In this option, you will need to do two things. One is a piece of coursework, which is worth 60% of your final grade, which is 9 hours of time, including a 3-hour practical exam, in which you will make 2 complete dishes. And the second element is a final written exam made up of all the theory work that we do over the year, worth 40% of the final grade. Now, the work that you will be doing is hospitality and catering, and that means it's a bit more related to the outside world. So if you want to go on and work in hospitality in a restaurant, in a cafe, in a hotel, this is a really good way of setting you up. Also, it links into doing further qualifications after you leave school, whether that is a level 3, level 4, it works very nicely. Or if you want to go straight into business, there's a lot of practical work. We do practical every week. So you do need to be prepared for that, or every other week, depending on timetables, obviously. But we do an awful lot of practical in Year 10. We do all the skills that you are going to need in order to put into practice your final practical pieces in Year 11. To start off with in Year 10, you make everything all the same, but then you will branch out and you will start choosing and developing your own dishes and making your own dishes. Presentation is also really important. We're looking at restaurant quality food and standards. So it's really enjoyable. So if you want to come and do lots of practical work, there is theory to go along with it, gentlemen. So please do not think that it is all cooking. There is a lot of theory to go with it. As I said, that is 40% of your final grade.
Hello, my name is Mr. Green, and I'm going to tell you all about the Creative iMedia course that we run here at the DLSA Academy. Now, if you're interested in computing, if you're interested in photography, if you're interested in photo editing or video creation, or even if you're interested in creative web design, then this is the course for you. There are many opportunities within digital media, and this course prepares you for them all. The units we study are pre-production skills and creating digital graphics. We look at creating a multifunctional website, as well as creating a multimedia product. Now, this involves you learning whilst at the same time using your creativity to design these products and make them functional for use. So the course involves 1 exam and the aforementioned 3 pieces of creative coursework assignments. So this could be the time for your creative career to take off. Hello, I'm Mr. Green. I'm going to tell you all about the Enterprise and Marketing course that we offer here at the DLSA Academy. Now, this course is a great way of pupils to develop their skills, techniques, personal qualities, along with attitudes that are essential to be successful in working life. Now, the applied nature of the course and the assessment approach motivate learners and encourage greater independence towards their learning. Now, the course itself is split into 3 separate units. The first unit is an exam-based unit, and it's worth 50% of the course. Now, this unit is around enterprise and marketing concepts. Now, the learning that goes on in this module is underpinning all the other learning that happens within the course. So pupils learn about business techniques, market development, investigating what products are viable, and how businesses retain and attract new customers to their business. The second unit is around designing a business proposal. So pupils will be given a business challenge and they will carry out market research. they'll present their findings, and they will present a fully costed proposal for that business challenge. The third unit is then around where they prepare for and pitch the proposal that they created within Unit 2. So alongside that, they will develop a brand identity and they will decide how best to promote that product. Now, this is a really great way for the students to develop an understanding of how businesses work, and it opens up many opportunities through when they leave school and they move on to their college or in apprenticeships that they might want to take up. If you need any further help or advice with this course, you can ask me or Ms. Threckeld, and we'll be happy to help.
Hello, Year 9. This year we have 2 options for you to choose from for PE Year 10 for GCSE. If you're thinking about taking part in PE, though, you need to think about it, because the students who are suitable for the course aren't just students who want to come and take part in PE. They need to be students who've got a real good attitude to learning and have a real interest in PE and sport. Bring their kit to all lessons and take part, because both courses involve some sort of practical application and are assessed in a practical ability. Okay, so the 2 courses, the Sports Studies Cambridge National is a 4-unit course. 1 unit is an examination unit, which is studying the contemporary issues of sport. Then you've got 3 coursework units of work, 1 of which is developing skills. So that you get assessed as an individual performer, team performer, official, and you analyse your performance. You also get assessed on a unit on media and sport, and you also get assessed on sports leadership. The sports science course, also 4 units of work, 1 of which is examination. The examination unit is reducing the effects of injuries on sports performer. Then you've got 3, again, units of coursework. The 3 units of coursework for sports science are sports psychology, or you can do the effects of exercise on the body. We have the training principles, and we have sports technology. If you are interested in doing either one of these courses, then, as I say, it's important that you are someone who's really interested in sport and has a good knowledge of sport and physical education, because you have to give practical examples to get the higher level grades, to get that distinction star, level 2 distinction, which is equating to an 8-9 at GCSE level. Okay. If you are interested in taking part in physical education and sport, then you can ask more questions on the open evening, and we can give you more detail into each of these separate units.
Hello, Year 9. Over the next couple of months, you have got to make a number of big decisions. And one of those decisions is what subjects you will study in Years 10 and 11. One of the options open to you is to study sociology. And in this short video, I've explained to you a little of what the study of sociology involves. The first question is probably, what is sociology? Sociology can be defined as the study of human society and social interaction. In simple terms, sociology is about studying societies, for example, Liverpool, Croxteth, Norris Green, they're all societies, and how humans behave in those societies. Sociology looks at vast areas of society. For example, it looks at religion, it looks at race, it looks at ethnicity and gender, and asks questions about those societies. For example, sociology will ask, why do people in France eat snails when people in Liverpool don't? What is it about their society that makes them eat snails? Sociologists will look at the fact that men in Scotland wear skirts, whereas men in New York don't. Sociology will ask questions such as, why in certain societies can a man have more than one wife? Why do people commit crime? And do people behave the way they do by nature because they're born to behave that way, or by nature the way that they're brought up? Sociology looks at how people behave in society. A big question is, are there any differences between men and women? We call this gender. And why do men get paid more than women in sport? That's a sociological question. Sociology focuses on education and how in some societies education is rarely valued and is seen as a way that people can change the world. And other societies, education is seen as less important. We call this cultural diversity. In the study of sociology, you will study thinkers such as Karl Marx, Max Weber, and Emile Durkheim. At the end of your studies, there are 2 examinations, paper 1 and paper 2. If you would like any more information about GCSE sociology, please speak to Mr. Bennett.